Yeah, see, I don't feel like that no more though. Because now I truly understand the importance of the balance between being a so-called saint and being a so-called rebel. You know, at the end of the day, it's all masculine and feminine energy. But for me, it's more so love and fear. But it's a tricky part to this nature. When you start thriving along your spiritual journey and you get on your path and you learning stuff, you vibrating high, you getting your daily bread, you encouraging, motivating, and inspiring people, you got your fire burning, you being obedient to the Most High, you becoming more and more aware. You start realizing that the love vibration is where everything really resides. That's where it's at. That's where you want to be. The vibration of love, that's when miracles start happening. That's when you start to challenge your subconscious brain. And that's when you start telling your emotions what to do. And when you start to thrive in that energy, you start realizing that everything that's going to happen in your life is your fault. It don't matter who you went through it with. It don't matter who provoked you. It don't matter who brought damage or harm to you. At some point, you either invited that energy, you latched on to that energy, you was curious about that energy, or that energy flowed to you and you accepted its offer. But it's still your fault. We can't blame nobody for nothing that we've done, or nothing that we've been through and experienced, or nothing that has happened to us, even if it was out of our control. Something about us still attracted it to us. You got people out here that be like, oh, well, I ain't attract nobody to hate me. If a person hate me, that's on them. Yeah, you right. Whatever they hate about you, they took it personal. You feel what I'm saying? But whatever it is about you, whether you looking good, you dressing good, you being popular, you being talented, you being gifted, it shines so bright. And it attracts so many people. And it works so many wonders for your aura and your spirit that it irritate their flesh. It make them want to do something to you because of what you positively do for yourself and for others. It got a problem with that because it took it personal. So if he or she takes something that you got going on personal and go do some damage or harm to you, it's still your fault. You shouldn't be vibrating that high. You shouldn't be that fly. You shouldn't look that good. You shouldn't be that talented. And I mean, I say that to say, you start to realize your individualism and you find balance between your spiritualism and the ego or the flesh or the molecule. Either way, you find your lower self and your higher self in a battle. And it's a battle between vibrating in love, giving love, and being love, or turning that love on and off for certain situations and occasions because people leave you no choice. You're not finna be no punk. You're not finna be no pushover. You ain't finna be no sucker. You ain't finna let people handle you any kind of way. Now, it ain't always about what you do. It's how you do it. You can approach people differently. You can speak differently. You can handle things differently versus resorting to violence. But what I'm saying is, you get, instead of tapping into your violent nature, which is your lower self, or tapping into your fear nature, which is your ego, to the point where you out here living on autopilot and responding to all the hate mail, responding to all the rumors, all the gossip, knocking you off of your square. Instead of you doing any of that right there, get to a wise place within your being where you can say, man, fuck them people. Because it ain't a bad thing to say fuck people. Now, you got some people out there who want to be Christians, who want to be Muslims, who want to be whatever religion that they done tapped into and accept it, and then want to cut off the soul part of their being to represent some kind of religion. Now, I'm open to all doctrines. I salute all doctrines. I done studied many of them, and all of them make sense. But at the end of the day, what you should never lose is your soul. That's your true knowledge of yourself and the true purpose and life path. And your characteristics and personalities that's wrapped up into one that make you authentically who you are. So when you start to tap into these other vibrations and getting on different frequencies, that don't mean lose that. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean become somebody fake. That don't mean, now you do have to become someone new. But the person that you are at the core of your being, which make you up to be who you are, you don't lose that for nobody, not for no relationship, not for no friendship, not for no job, and not for no court of law. People want to pull you out of your realization. We already been dealing with this from white supremacy. We already been dealing with this from hidden agendas when it come down to the teachings of Egyptian Kemet knowledge. You get what I'm saying? We've been dealing with this give you a little bit, take a little bit, mess with your mind, we tired of that. We ain't doing that right there no more. We finding out pure truth. We are aligning with our higher selves, and we cutting off, disconnecting, and screaming fuck you to anybody who got a problem with that. Because what you not finna do is take my kindness for a weakness. What you also not to do is manipulate me and try to make me think that what I'm studying, what I'm researching, and what I'm meditating on that's coming to me is full uploads. You ain't finna tell me that it's not what it is when I start speaking on it or teaching on it. And you're not finna challenge me just because you don't have a platform of your own. You get what I'm saying? Stay in your lane. You stay over there, I'll be over here. When you get enough knowledge, enough wisdom, enough understanding, enough love and acceptance built up in you, then you can come over here. Because that's where those vibrating on that energy reside at. We not over there. And people not understanding what's going on with the earth right now, how it's separating and breaking into two. Yeah, we on a higher plane right now. We not on that low vibrational energy. That's why a lot of people is stuck on the levels of small talk, stuck on the levels of materialism, stuck on low frequency music and so forth, trying to tap into consciousness and pop spirituality with those who are really doing the work, and they wondering why we're not collaborating. It's not going together. It's a glitch because the intentions ain't right. You ain't doing no work, and that ain't really what you want to do. What we got going on just look interesting. It seemed interesting, so you done became curious. But when you get a piece of it, you try to dim the light, or you try to steal the light, so we got to say fuck you. And that's why the same way the National Guard protects certain things, our spiritual guard protects certain things. We keep certain entities and energies and evil, bad spirits away too, because we can sense what's your next move. That's why when all hell break loose, we're going to be ready. And if it gets to a point where it's out of our control, to the point where we got to fight the government, or they come at us with excessive martial law, or if they tamper with the weather to the point where it put us in a bad situation where it damn near is hard to survive and there is no way to survive, guess what? The true kings and queens, light workers, pure conscious people that's out here living that life and really about their shit in a warrior's nature, we're going to die a beautiful death. Because we ain't finna become no sucker and no slave to nor for nobody. And we talking small scale or big scale. So miss us with the fuck shit.